The latest Payday 2 DLC is split into 3 separate content packs that you can either buy separately or altogether as a bundle. The first DLC is a map DLC. You get one new heist that can either be stealth or done loud, and there's a separate version of the map that is made for cooking meth, something just like Cook-Off is to rats. The second DLC is a weapon mod pack that gives some compensators, sights, and gadgets for certain guns. Basically, just like any of the old Gauge mod packs. The third and final DLC is a suit customization pack, a purely cosmetic addition that allows you to change the look of any heister that you want to use. I'll be going over each of the packs and telling you which of these I think is worth the money to buy. First up, the map. I have a bit of a split opinion on the map. On one hand, it's nice that it has both stealth and loud as an option, and I'm actually very fond of the stealth in the first area. It actually feels a lot like a stealth game. You know, you kind of bumble your way until you learn how to do all the objectives correctly. Then you can practice by learning patterns of the enemies and utilizing openings and your equipment to properly make your way through the map. In the second area, it's a little bit more difficult to stealth as well as go loud, but at least in short bursts, it has its merit. There's a decent flow that takes you through different areas of the map instead of just feeling like you're always stuck in one spot. And it's not god-awfully terrible in terms of cover, like some of the most recent map releases, like Henry's Rock. But there's still a lot of tedious stuff about it, mostly the RNG and the actual objective, which is basically a bag moving simulator. Now, of course, the main issue with the map is that it's basically just a reskin of existing ones. The first area is basically Biker Heist, but with big oil objectives. And the second area? Basically Election Day, Day 2, with Firestarter objectives. They're almost legit clones, and most of the design of it looks like something a modder made. You know, just reused assets placed on top of very flat land. No real new or unique ideas, very little verticality. Every objective the mission has is something that is taken from an already existing heist that we've had previously. That's really bad. I mean, that's also why it plays pretty well, because, you know, it shares some of the same designs as the other maps, but it's at the cost of having to pay for what is essentially the same thing you already have. Oh, and I did mention that there's also a meth version of the heist. Yeah, that's the exact same map, but with a meth lab inside of it that you just cook meth, and that's the objective. That's really it. It's not worth a mention at all. So for the map, I can't wholeheartedly say that it's worth a buy, but at the same time, it wasn't the worst thing in the world. You know, I actually did find myself enjoying parts of it, and it can be both challenging and fun with a good group of teammates. There is a little bit of co-op aspect to it, but that also can be good or bad, because if you play solo, then you're not gonna have fun. But if you have friends or you play with pubs, it could be good. But there's also pretty bad optimization, there's a lot of reused layout and objectives. That makes it get extremely boring really fast. Secondly, the weapon pack. Now this one, I can undeniably, unequivocally say, this is not worth your money at all. It's literally a bunch of weapon mods that the game already has, with just a different skin and different stats. They don't even look good, and I was extremely baffled that for every mod in this pack, literally the same variant already exists in the game. Whether it be a sight, the compensator, or even the gadgets. Literally nothing is new about this pack. I couldn't find a single thing. The only reason why you would want to buy this pack is because it has basically pay-to-win stats. All the mods here are just straight up better stat-wise than their existing counterpart. So if you're a stickler for meta or something, you know what, be my guest. For everyone else, please, do not bother, save your money. Lastly, the suit customization. Now this is something that I've asked for a very, very long time. We have a million ugly masks, a million terrible colors, and a million useless patterns. We also have a shitload of weapon skins and stupid microtransaction safes, but some people actually like the skins, but you know, personally I don't care for it at all. Finally, they've actually done something new, something that I've wanted, suit customization. Now, I'll be the first to tell you, it is jank as all fuck. Half of them look terrible, despite most of them already being used in the game. However, some look fabulous. Now, in terms of cosmetics, it's super subjective whether or not you actually like the designs, but let's just state the facts. Having suit customization does open up another layer of customizing your character, which I am personally very much for. I do hope that in the future they can make use of a better system that allows one to maybe achieve cosmetics instead of just paying for it, something that feels a bit more rewarding like the Infamy system. But overall, I'd say this DLC pack is worth it. You do get some of the cosmetics for free, But the paid ones have an extra layer of customization to them, and they also look, well, generally better, in my opinion. At the end of the day, fashion is the real endgame. You can ask any Warframe, TF2, Monster, whatever game. You can have the greatest min-max build to rob any bank, but if you can't look fabulous doing it, you're not doing it right. So yeah, that's basically the nutshell regarding the 3 DLC packs they've added. At the end of the day, it's up to you to decide whether or not you think it's worth it. But I'm just here to share my opinion if you're looking for it. To reiterate from other videos, right now is a crucial time for Overkill. They are in dire need of the consumer's money, and this is where you hold the most power. If you like what was added, buying it reinforces the fact that they're doing the right thing. If you don't like it, the lack of sales means Overkill can't just put out any subpar product and think that their fanbase will just buy it. More than having just Payday 2 updates, more than having a Payday 3, what I want is good Payday 2 updates and maybe a good Payday 3. Let's make it happen.